Question 1. Under Louisiana law, which of the following would be considered an insurable interest in a property? A. A neighbor's interest in an adjacent property that they do not own. B. A mortgage lender's interest in a property they financed. C. An appraiser's interest after assessing the value of the property. D. A contractor's interest in a property they helped renovate. Answer: B. The mortgage lender's interest in a property they financed. Explanation: in Louisiana, an insurable interest is required for a party to obtain insurance on a property, and it means the party would experience a financial loss if the property is damaged. A mortgage lender has an insurable interest because the property acts as collateral for the loan. A neighbor, appraiser, or contractor does not have a financial interest that would suffer direct loss in the event of property damage. This principle upholds that only those with a direct financial stake can insure property. Question 2, scenario-based. Sarah, a Louisiana adjuster, is evaluating an auto insurance claim where the insured hit another vehicle. The insured's policy includes liability coverage up to $25,000 per person and $50,000 per accident, and the accident resulted in injuries to 3 people with claims of $20,000, $25,000, and $10,000, respectively. How much will the insurance policy pay? A. $50,000. B. $45,000. C. $25,000. D. $55,000. Answer: A. $50,000. Explanation: the policy has a per accident limit of $50,000 and a per person limit of $25,000. The insurer will pay the maximum $25,000 each for the 2 highest claims, totaling $50,000. The third claim, $10,000, cannot be paid because the per accident cap has been reached. This scenario tests the adjuster's understanding of per person and per accident liability limits in Louisiana auto insurance policies. Question 3. In Louisiana, an adjuster suspects fraudulent activity in an insurance claim. Which of the following actions should the adjuster take first? A. Immediately deny the claim due to suspicion of fraud. B. Report the fraud suspicion to the Louisiana Department of Insurance. C. Investigate the claim thoroughly to gather evidence of fraud. D. Settle the claim but reduce the payout to prevent fraud. Answer: C. Investigate the claim thoroughly to gather evidence of fraud. Explanation: Louisiana law requires adjusters to conduct a thorough investigation when they suspect fraud. Denying a claim or reporting it without evidence may lead to regulatory issues. Only after confirming fraudulent activity should the adjuster report it to the appropriate authorities. This approach adheres to fair claims practices and regulatory standards for fraud handling. Question 4. In Louisiana, which of the following best describes the purpose of an occurrence form in a commercial general liability (CGL) policy? A. It covers claims reported during the policy period, regardless of when the incident occurred. B. It provides coverage for events that occur and are reported during the policy period only. C. It covers incidents that occur during the policy period, even if reported after the policy expires. D. It applies only to specific catastrophic events like floods and earthquakes. Answer: C. It covers incidents that occur during the policy period, even if reported after the policy expires. Explanation: in Louisiana, an occurrence form in a CGL policy provides coverage for incidents that take place during the policy period, regardless of when the claim is reported. This form contrasts with a claims-made form, which requires both the event and the claim to be reported within the policy period. Understanding these differences is critical for adjusters managing commercial liability claims. Question 5. An insured homeowner in Louisiana has suffered a fire loss and their policy includes a subrogation clause. Which of the following best describes the insurer's rights under this clause? A. The insurer can cancel the policy after the loss is paid. B. The insurer can sue the insured to recover funds after payout. C. The insurer can pursue reimbursement from a third party responsible for the loss. D. The insured must repay the insurer before the claim is settled. Answer: C. The insurer can pursue reimbursement from a third party responsible for the loss. Explanation: the subrogation clause in a Louisiana homeowner's policy allows the insurer to step into the shoes of the insured and seek recovery from a third party responsible for the loss after paying the insured's claim. This process helps the insurer recoup some of the funds paid out and is essential in cases involving liable third parties, ensuring fair compensation distribution. Question 6. Scenario-based. Jessica, an adjuster in Louisiana, is reviewing a business interruption claim after a restaurant closed due to a nearby fire that required mandatory evacuations by civil authorities. The policy includes a civil authority clause. How would this cause typically affect the claim? A. The policy would provide business income coverage immediately after the incident. B. Business income coverage would start after a waiting period defined in the policy. C. Business interruption coverage does not apply in cases of civil authority actions. D. The insurer would only pay if the restaurant itself suffered fire damage. Answer: B. Business income coverage would start after a waiting period defined in the policy. Explanation: most business interruption policies with a civil authority cause provide coverage for loss of income due to mandatory evacuations but include a specified waiting period, typically 2 hours. The cause does not require direct damage to the insured property itself but covers losses due to restricted access. Louisiana adjusters must understand this causes nuances to calculate accurate payouts for affected businesses. Question 7. Which of the following best represents the adjuster's role in a Louisiana catastrophe loss situation? A. Adjusters must always act as representatives of the insured to ensure maximum payouts. B. Adjusters have a responsibility to coordinate with government agencies and provide immediate financial relief. C. Adjusters are responsible for assessing damages fairly and providing timely settlements in line with policy terms. D. Adjusters should delay claim processes to minimize insurer loss during widespread catastrophe events. Answer: C. Adjusters are responsible for assessing damages fairly and providing timely settlements in line with policy terms. Explanation: in Louisiana, adjusters are tasked with ensuring claims are handled fairly, promptly, and in compliance with policy terms, even in catastrophe situations. They must balance efficiency with accuracy in evaluating damages, often coordinating with agencies like FEMA for aid and guidance. Delays or acting as the insured's advocate are contrary to an adjuster's impartial role. This ethical and procedural adherence is critical during catastrophic events to maintain trust and meet regulatory standards. Question 8. Under Louisiana law, which of the following is a requirement for the renewal of an insurance adjuster's license? A. Completion of 24 hours of continuing education every 2 years, including ethics. B. Completion of 20 hours of continuing education every 3 years, with no ethics requirement. C. Passing a licensing exam every renewal period. D. Paying a renewal fee, but with no continuing education requirements. Answer: A. Completion of 24 hours of continuing education every 2 years, including ethics. Explanation: Louisiana adjusters are required to complete 24 hours of continuing education every 2 years, which must include 3 hours in ethics. This requirement helps ensure adjusters remain knowledgeable about evolving industry standards and ethical practices. Question 9. Which of the following types of claims is typically covered by a Louisiana homeowner's insurance policy? A. Losses caused by termites. B. Flood damage. C. Windstorm damage. D. Wear and tear from normal usage. Answer: C. Windstorm damage. Explanation: standard homeowners policies generally cover windstorm damage, which is especially relevant in Louisiana due to the state's exposure to hurricanes. However, damages from floods, termites, and normal wear and tear are typically excluded. Flood coverage, in particular, requires a separate policy through the National Flood Insurance Program (NFIP) or private flood insurance. Question 10. What is the primary purpose of the Louisiana Insurance Guarantee Association, LIGA? A. To prevent insurers from going bankrupt. B. To provide low-cost insurance to low-income residents. C. To pay claims of insolvent insurers up to a specified limit. D. To insure high-risk properties directly. Answer: C. To pay claims of insolvent insurers up to a specified limit. Explanation: the Louisiana Insurance Guarantee Association, LIGA, was established to protect policyholders if an insurer becomes insolvent. LIGA pays covered claims up to certain limits, ensuring that policyholders do not suffer complete losses due to the insurer's financial instability. Question 11. In Louisiana, an adjuster must adhere to which of the following ethical standards when handling claims? A. Favoring the insurer's interest over the insured's. B. Seeking ways to deny claims to minimize payouts. C. Adjusting claims fairly and impartially in line with policy terms. D. Working independently without considering state insurance laws. Answer: C. Adjusting claims fairly and impartially in line with policy terms. Explanation: Louisiana law requires adjusters to operate fairly and impartially when handling claims, ensuring adherence to the terms of the insurance policy and state laws. Adjusters must remain unbiased, treating both the insured and insurer fairly without intentionally seeking to deny claims. Question 12. What type of policy provision in Louisiana requires the insured to pay a portion of the loss for each claim after the deductible? A. Deductible clause. B. Subrogation clause. C. Coinsurance clause. D. Waiver of rights clause. Answer: C. Coinsurance clause. Explanation: a coinsurance clause requires policyholders to share a percentage of the loss, typically found in commercial and property insurance policies. This provision encourages insureds to maintain sufficient coverage and share a portion of the financial responsibility, which is common in Louisiana property policies. Question 13, scenario-based. David, an adjuster in Louisiana, is handling a claim where the insured's property was damaged by a covered peril. The property is insured for replacement cost, but the policy also includes an actual cash value, a CV clause for partial losses. The insured decides to repair the damage. How should the adjuster determine the settlement amount? A. Pay the actual cash value with additional payments once repairs are completed. B. Pay the full replacement cost immediately. C. Pay the insured an amount equivalent to half the replacement cost. D. Deny the claim due to the CV clause. Answer A. Pay the actual cash value, with additional payments once repairs are completed. Explanation: in Louisiana, if a policy includes replacement cost coverage but has an ACV clause for partial losses, the adjuster initially pays the ACV. Once repairs are completed, the difference between SCV and replacement cost is paid. This structure ensures funds are appropriately allocated for actual repairs. Question 14. In Louisiana, which of the following losses would typically not be covered under a commercial general liability CGL policy? A. Bodily injury caused by a product manufactured by the insured. B. Property damage caused by the insured's operations. C. Professional errors by the insured while performing a service. D. Bodily injury to a customer on the insured's premises. Answer: C. Professional errors by the insured while performing a service. Explanation: CGL policies typically do not cover professional errors or negligence, which require separate professional liability insurance, also known as errors and omissions or EO insurance. CGL covers bodily injury and property damage arising from general business operations, but not professional services. Question 15. If a Louisiana adjuster settles a claim based on a replacement cost policy, but the insured later discovers the settlement does not fully cover the replacement of their damaged property, what option does the insured have? A. The insured may file a lawsuit for the difference. B. The insured is responsible for the uncovered amount. C. The adjuster must pay the difference automatically. D. The insured may cancel their policy for a full refund. Answer A. The insured may file a lawsuit for the difference. Explanation: if the insured believes the settlement is insufficient, they can dispute it, which may include filing a lawsuit. Louisiana law allows the insured to seek a fair settlement if they believe an error was made, but the adjuster is not required to pay the difference automatically without review or legal action. Question 16. In Louisiana, what is required for an insured to receive business interruption coverage after a natural disaster? A. Evidence of direct physical damage to the insured property. B. Proof that other local businesses have closed. C. Documentation that the insured intended to open a new location. D. A statement from the insurer agreeing to pay based on projected losses. Answer A. Evidence of direct physical damage to the insured property. Explanation: business interruption coverage in Louisiana generally requires direct physical damage to the insured property for a claim to be valid. This requirement ensures that the interruption was a direct result of an insured peril affecting the business premises, a standard provision in such policies. Question 17. Which of the following would typically be covered under an inland marine policy in Louisiana? A. A warehouse damaged by a natural disaster. B. Goods being transported across the state by truck. C. A boat damaged in an ocean voyage. D. A residential home damaged by flood. Answer: B. Goods being transported across the state by truck. Explanation: inland marine insurance covers goods in transit over land, including shipments by truck within the state. While it does not cover ocean voyages or static property like homes and warehouses, it is commonly used in Louisiana to protect transported goods against potential damage or loss during transport. Question 18. What is the main role of a public adjuster in Louisiana? A. To represent the insurer's interests in settling claims. B. To act as a mediator between insurers and policyholders. C. To represent the policyholder in settling claims. D. To act as an impartial third-party appraiser. Answer: C. To represent the policyholder in settling claims. Explanation: public adjusters in Louisiana represent policyholders rather than insurers. They assist insured individuals in claim preparation and negotiation to ensure fair settlements. Unlike insurance adjusters, public adjusters exclusively advocate for the insured's interests. Question 19. Under Louisiana law, which type of policy provision allows the insurer to assume the insured's legal rights to pursue recovery from a responsible third party after paying a claim? A. Arbitration clause. B. Subrogation clause. C. Waiver clause. D. Indemnity clause. Answer: B. Subrogation clause. Explanation: the subrogation clause permits the insurer to recover funds from a third party responsible for the insured's loss. This right to pursue recovery helps offset the insurer's payout to the insured, ensuring that responsible third parties bear some of the financial responsibility for the loss. Question 20. Which of the following is a common exclusion in most property insurance policies in Louisiana? A. Earthquake damage. B. Fire damage. C. Theft. D. Vandalism. Answer A. Earthquake damage. Explanation: earthquake damage is often excluded from standard property insurance policies, including homeowners and commercial property policies in Louisiana. Policyholders typically need to purchase a separate earthquake insurance policy to cover such risks. Question 21. What is the primary purpose of an adjuster's scope of work during the claims process? A. To determine the replacement cost of the property. B. To assess the damage and provide a recommended settlement amount. C. To ensure compliance with state insurance regulations. D. To negotiate the final payout with the insured. Answer: B. To assess the damage and provide a recommended settlement amount. Explanation: an adjuster's scope of work involves evaluating the extent of damage and loss, documenting findings, and suggesting a settlement amount based on policy coverage. The adjuster ensures that the settlement is fair and complies with the terms of the policy. Question 22. In Louisiana, if an insurance policy is cancelled, what is the minimum notice period the insurer must provide to the policyholder? A. 5 days. B. 10 days. C. 20 days. D. 30 days. Answer: B. 10 days. Explanation: Louisiana law requires insurers to provide at least a 10-day notice to policyholders when cancelling an insurance policy. This notice period allows the insured time to seek alternative coverage before their policy lapses. Question 23. When handling a claim for a total loss in Louisiana, how is the settlement amount typically determined under a replacement cost policy? A. The actual cash value of the property at the time of the loss. B. The original purchase price of the property. C. The cost to replace the property with new materials of like kind and quality. D. The appraised value of the property prior to the loss. Answer: C. The cost to replace the property with new materials of like kind and quality. Explanation: under a replacement cost policy, the settlement amount is determined by the cost to replace the property with new materials of similar kind and quality without depreciation. This ensures that the insured can restore the property to its pre-loss condition. Question 24. Which of the following best describes the actual cash value received in the context of Louisiana insurance policies? A. The replacement cost minus depreciation. B. The market value of the property at the time of loss. C. The purchase price of the property. D. The value of the property based on the insured's investment. Answer A. The replacement cost minus depreciation. Explanation: actual cash value (SEV) is calculated as the replacement cost of the property minus depreciation. This method reflects the property's value at the time of loss, considering its age and wear, which is commonly used in Louisiana property insurance claims. Question 25. What is the function of the Louisiana Department of Insurance (LDI)? A. To provide insurance coverage to low-income residents. B. To regulate and oversee the insurance industry within the state. C. To mediate disputes between insurers and policyholders. D. To sell insurance products directly to consumers. Answer: B. To regulate and oversee the insurance industry within the state. Explanation: the Louisiana Department of Insurance (LDA) is responsible for regulating the insurance industry in Louisiana, ensuring compliance with state laws, protecting consumers, and maintaining a fair and competitive marketplace for insurance products. Question 26. Scenario-based: Maria, a homeowner in Louisiana, files a claim for wind damage after a storm. Her insurance policy has a $1,000 deductible. The adjuster determines the total damage to be $10,000. What amount will Maria receive from her insurance company? A. $9,000. B. $10,000. C. $8,000. D. $1,000. Answer A. $9,000. Explanation. Since Maria has a $1,000 deductible, the insurance company will subtract that amount from the total damage of $10,000. Therefore, the amount Maria will receive is $10,000. $1,000 equals $1,000. Question 27. In Louisiana, what type of coverage would an insured need to protect against damage to their business property caused by flooding? A. General liability insurance. B. Flood insurance. C. Business interruption insurance. D. Commercial auto insurance. Answer B. Flood insurance. Explanation. Flood insurance is specifically designed to cover damage caused by flooding, which is often excluded from standard commercial property policies. Businesses in Louisiana, especially those in flood-prone areas, should obtain separate flood insurance to protect their assets. Question 28. Which of the following statements regarding liability coverage in Louisiana is true? A. Liability coverage is optional and can be excluded from all policies. B. Most policies automatically include liability coverage without additional cost. C. Liability coverage is only available for commercial policies, not personal policies. D. All liability coverage is subject to a separate deductible from property damage. Answer B. Most policies automatically include liability coverage without additional cost. Explanation. Many homeowners and commercial insurance policies in Louisiana automatically include liability coverage as part of their standard offerings, providing financial protection against claims of bodily injury or property damage caused by the insured. Question 29. When is a Louisiana adjuster required to provide a written report to the insurer after investigating a claim? A. Only for claims over a certain dollar amount. B. Within 30 days of completing the investigation. C. Only if the claim is disputed. D. At the request of the policyholder. Answer B. Within 30 days of completing the investigation. Explanation. Louisiana law mandates that adjusters provide a written report to the insurer within 30 days of concluding their investigation of a claim. This report should detail the findings and the recommended settlement amount, ensuring transparency in the claims process. Question 30. Which of the following is not typically a requirement for obtaining an insurance adjuster's license in Louisiana? A. Completing pre-licensing education requirements. B. Passing a written examination. C. Being a Louisiana resident for at least 5 years. D. Submitting a criminal background check. Answer C. Being a Louisiana resident for at least 5 years. Explanation. While applicants must meet various requirements to obtain an insurance adjuster's license in Louisiana, there is no stipulation that they must be residents for 5 years. Requirements typically include completing education, passing an exam, and a background check, but residency duration is not specified.